Even though Louis Kelso used the term capitalist, I never used the term capitalist.
What would you call it?
I call it not just a third way. It is not the same as the concentrated power in capitalism, nor the concentrated power in socialism. Both concentrate power. I used to call it the third way until Bill Clinton and Tony Blair and others started using that term to describe something which they said it was democratic capitalism, which is kind of a combination of political democracy with economic plutocracy. And as I say, it's an unstable mix.
And plutocracy meaning the people with money control the government, which doesn't sound very democratic.
No, but that's what happens. You can buy the politicians. You can pay enough so that the politicians do your will. But I call it the just third way. I had to add a word to differentiate so that the concepts of justice, which you can find in Kelso's Capitalist Manifesto, really the three principles of economic justice tell you whether something's just or unjust.
What are they?
Very three simple, it's like a three-legged stool. They all are essential. One is an input principle, was the principle of participation. It just means equal opportunity to be an owner as well as a worker. Second is distribution. That's how the outtake principle. And the principle there is you get out the value of your input, your labor input or your capital input. You see, capital is now increasingly the source of wealth. Then more and more of your income is going to come from capital.
And capital is not just financial capital.
No. We're talking about physical capital.
Okay.
Physical or intangibles like patents and copyrights and that kind of thing.
Convertible to cash.
That's right. It's different than securities. It's the real capital that makes the difference in the modern world compared to the pre-industrial.
And the third?
And the third, the balancing principle, which Kelso called the principle of limitation. I don't like the word limitation, but he called it because he said that's the anti-monopoly or anti-greed principle. Because what that is if you have a monopoly, you're not going to have balance between production and consumption. So that if you want to have a balanced market economy, then you must lower the barriers so that everybody can get a piece of the action, can become owners. And it's simple. It's simple if you have laws and institutions, particularly your central bank and your Federal Reserve and your tax system, if they are a level playing field in terms of what they do, and then everybody can have an equal shot at becoming a capital owner.
You know, you're so anti-monopoly, and yet
I'm also against leadership that are non-accountable and non-transparent in their decisions.